Ted, could you take us through a typical scrap transaction?
Sure, thank you. Well, GMS is a cash buyer of ships for recycling. Generally, the way that the industry works is ship owners will sell their vessels, end-of-life vessels, for recycling, and they'll do that through brokers, generally speaking. So brokers will contact us with representing an owner with a ship to sell. The transactions are generally broken into two different categories, either as is or delivered. For a delivered transaction, we will, if we win the bid, we'll pay the owner a 20% deposit, and then the owner will deliver the vessel to the ship recycling destination of our choice. An as-is, where-is transaction, we'll pay 100% cash for the ship, and then reflag the vessel, put our own crew on, and then sail the ship to the ultimate recycling destination. We have, at GMS, we're unique in the industry because we have representatives, agents in all the ship recycling markets, be it India, Bangladesh, China, Turkey, or Pakistan. We have local agents who then essentially help us negotiate the transaction with the ultimate ship recycling yard. In most cases, the ships are sold to the recycling yards based on letters of credit issued from the recyclers' banks.
How would a cash buyer finance this type of transaction?
Well, that's an interesting question. Largely at GMS, we do so through our own funds, and then we have relationships with various banks. In many cases, the LCs provide financing, again, to GMS to help with the transaction. But it's an interesting question because in today's market environment, especially European banks, which are very much involved in the shipping industry, are tightening credit quite a bit, and it not only affects ship owners who are trying to do new buildings, but it also translates into tightening credit for cash buyers, as well as I mentioned in my presentation a few moments ago, Bangladesh as a local market is having trouble with credit as well. So the global banking market at the moment is definitely affecting the shipping industry in various all across all segments. So
can you talk to us a little bit about your thoughts on pricing in the future?
Well, pricing in the future, this is an interesting question as well. Most people are very, very surprised that prices are holding up where they are today. And generally speaking, for a cargo ship, it's about $460 per LDT. For tankers, about $490. And historically, these prices are still very strong. If you look at the early and mid 2000s, the prices are still higher than what they had been in the past. Essentially, though there are a very large number of ships that are actually coming to the market, the counter factor to those are that essentially what we're talking about here is commodity steel. And whether it be global GDP, which is forecast to increase, scrap steel prices and consumption of scrap steel in places, especially in the local markets like India, and currencies, the rupee is expected to gain strength versus the dollar. Most of these macroeconomic factors are actually very positive, and therefore I think that's what's really helping to keep the prices of ships up.
Are you finding that vessels are getting younger and younger, vessels that are coming across your desk?
Absolutely, yeah. The average age of a vessel, say, was 30 years a few years ago. Now we're seeing ships definitely moving down 28, 27 years. Dr. Sharma, our founder and CEO, was recently telling me that he had a 2007 built ship that came to his desk for scrap, 5 years old. And in this case, I think because a lot of the factors with bunker pricing and various operational costs of ships, those ships that are not efficient are very much coming to the scrappers earlier, just because it costs so much to operate and they're not economical to run any longer. So.